Retirement, traditional retirement in a way, supposed to be chill time, kick back and relax. But for a lot of folks, especially those living on a fixed income, the big worry isn't just having enough to live on, it's keeping what you've earned. Here's a question I hear from time to time. Can my Social Security benefit be garnished to pay off my debts? Yeah, particularly with credit card debt rising across the country, it can be a concern. We're going to break it down calmly, clearly, because if you depend on Social Security, you need to know exactly what's protected, what's not, and how to safeguard your income. Hey, when I think of garnish, I think of when my parents would take us to a steakhouse as kids, and we'd ask, Mom, what's this green stuff on my steak? Oh, it was like parsley or celery. No, I think it was parsley, and it was called a garnish. So when I hear the word garnishment, that's what I think of. But it does mean other things. In this case, it's taking money out of your paycheck or out of your bank account. So it means a creditor is doing that in what we're talking about today, or even the government. Yeah, and they can legally take money from your income or your bank account to pay off a debt you owe. Scary, right? But can credit card vendors do that to you? Well, the idea of someone reaching into your Social Security check and taking some money out, that doesn't feel right, does it? You've put that money in all those years, and yeah, so what if you got a little behind on your credit card debts? So let's clear that whole thing up. Most debts can't touch Social Security. I should say most creditors can't touch your Social Security. So here's the part that'll make you breathe a little bit easier. Under federal law, your Social Security benefits are protected from most creditors. That means if you owe money on credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, or even a car loan, those companies can't garnish your Social Security. The Social Security Administration calls this anti-garnishment protection. If your benefits are directly deposited into your bank account, your bank is required to protect at least 2 months' worth of Social Security deposits automatically. So let's say you get $1,800 a month in Social Security. If your account gets frozen for some reason, your bank must still protect $3,600. That's double the $1,800. So 2 months of income, and they're protecting it from being taken. So that's good news for most retirees. But, and you knew this was coming, there are some exceptions. Uncle Sam, yeah. When the government can garnish your benefits, there are a few situations where your Social Security benefits are fair game. And those situations usually involve, yeah, we've kind of hinted at that, the government. Here are the main ones. Federal taxes owed to the IRS. Federal student loans in default. Court-ordered child support or alimony. Restitution or other federal non-tax debts. So, while your credit card company can't touch you, can't touch this. Oh, why did I think of that? MC Hammer? Okay. Uncle Sam can if you owe him money. The Treasury Department can withhold a portion of your Social Security benefit through what's called the Treasury Offset Program. And yeah, that means if you've got unpaid taxes or old federal student loans, even from decades ago, you could see a chunk of your monthly check disappear. Typically, the government can take up to 15% of your Social Security benefit to satisfy those kinds of debts, though they can never leave you with less than $750 a month. All right, what about private debt collectors? Well, you might think, okay, what if I've already had my debt sold to a collection agency? Can they garnish it? Well, generally, no. Not directly from Social Security anyway. But here's the tricky part. Once your benefits are deposited into your bank account and they mix with other funds in that checking account, like part-time work income or maybe your savings, well, it can be kind of hard to tell what's protected and what isn't. and you're leaving it up to your bank to figure that out. That's why it's important to keep your Social Security direct deposits separate from other money when possible. All right, all this matters for retirees and near retirees because if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, it kind of hits home. And you might find yourself in this situation. Most retirees are on fixed incomes and depending on Social Security for the majority of their monthly cash flow. A surprise garnishment, even a few $100, well, that can mean missing a mortgage payment, skipping prescriptions, or cutting back on groceries, or those nights out at a restaurant. And for those still working toward retirement, understanding these rules now helps you make smarter choices about debt management before you start relying on Social Security. Might help you make choices about maybe not racking up that credit card debt, especially if you're getting close to Social Security age. All right, how about some things you can do to take care of this, or at least make it a little easier? Well, how about number 1, separate your funds if you can, or if you find yourself in a situation where you have racked up some credit card debt and are worried about this, set up a dedicated account where only your Social Security is deposited. That way, if something weird happens, like a creditor freeze, much easier for the bank to see what's protected. Number 2, stay ahead of federal debts. If you owe back taxes or have an old student loan, don't forget about it. Don't ignore it. Reach out to the IRS or Department of Education to set up a repayment plan before it gets sent to collections. Once the Treasury steps in, it's kind of too late. You've lost control. And number 3, know your rights. If a debt collector contacts you, ask questions. Tell them your only source of income is Social Security and document every conversation. You can also contact the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau or your state's legal aid office if someone threatens garnishment. They can tell you exactly what's legal and what isn't. Or contact an attorney. I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving you legal or even financial advice. This is purely for educational purposes and to get you kind of thinking about possible scenarios. Always seek professional legal advice, not me or some guy or girl on YouTube. All right, so can your Social Security be garnished? Well, not for most debts, but yes, in certain cases involving the federal government or child support. The bottom line is your Social Security is a safety net. It's your safety net. Protect it. Don't let it get holes in the net. Separate it. Keep an eye on anything that seems suspicious or nibbling away at it. And hey, if you found this video helpful, how about a little like, maybe a share, or even subscribe. In the meantime, I will see you in the next episode.